We've got about 4 Humvees. You're clear. Light them all up. All right, fire. Keep shooting.
A video was leaked today depicting what appears to be a U.S. military helicopter firing on unarmed reporters.
12 million people have seen that video. You still want to tell me you think it's just a little website?
Does it matter to you when you're playing a real person what they think of your portrayal?
I'd be lying if I said no.
Yeah.
But I'm fully kind of prepared for him to absolutely hate it. I think it would be a strange thing if he liked it.
I've read a few things and heard a few things of him saying that he knows you worked really hard on it and that you were determined not to make the character into a sociopath.
I really didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to vilify him. I didn't want to make him into a bland hero either. I think I sought to try and make him three-dimensional.
Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. But if you give him a mask, he will tell you the truth.
Would I be right in saying when you got the script, one of the main challenges was how to make this really interesting visually?
That's absolutely
Because when
right.
you're sitting at a computer and chatting with people, it's not that exciting.
Completely, yes. No, that's really true. And and I would say there are like 10 different answers to that question throughout the movie. Sometimes the text comes off the screen, enveloping the people in a room. One thing is that Julian created a way for whistleblowers to be truly anonymous, when they share information, something called the submission platform, and that became a physical space in our movie that I think is very cool.
2 people and a secret. The beginning of all conspiracy. More people and more secrets.
And Bill Condon was telling me how hard you worked on the accent. And being Australian, I feel like I can say you did a fantastic job.
Oh wow,
really
that means
good.
a lot. That means a lot. Thank you.
Because not only were you doing Australian, but you had to do Julian too. Has a specific way of talking.
He does. Yeah, he's got a sort of hard palate, a slight hard palate lisp. So yeah, it was part of the kind of. There is an enjoyment, I think, as an actor when you disseminate yourself, where you're trying to be something other than you are.
Someone else who's a revelation in this film is Daniel Bruhl. He's fantastic, and he's got 2 films here at Toronto.
He does, yes.
I think he's going to be a big star.
I hope so, yeah.
How did you discover him?
We met for breakfast, and it was one of those things. I was meeting a lot of actors. He after 90 minutes with him, was like, God, he is the guy. I was so thrilled that it worked out. In a way, it's the harder part to play, right? Because there isn't all that great eccentricity or pyrotechnics. He is the everyman, and Daniel does it with such subtlety. He's a beautiful actor.
But if we could find one moral man, one whistleblower, someone willing to expose those secrets, that man could topple the most powerful and most repressive of regimes.
What would you say to them then, people buying tickets on Fandango?
Well, I think you're going to be surprised. I think it's a thriller. I think it's an exciting story, and also I think you're going to come out of it with a lot to talk about, and you'll have a very good dinner afterwards.
5 seconds. What's going on? 5 seconds on. It's just you and your ego and the lies you tell to get whatever you want.
This is information the world needs to know.
We need to crush these guys. It's life. Times is life.
If you want the truth, you should seek it out for yourself. That's what they're afraid of. You.